So you don't actually freak people out.
Yeah, I started recording.
Yeah, no.
Hope the video is recording. I think I'm gonna say that every single time I start.
Bro, I think there is gonna be a day where we record this part.
You know, you said the exact same thing in the latest episode.
I said the same thing.
Exactly. You see, not listening to your own pod. Like, I know everything because I listen every week. Because I have to edit it, and you just said the exact same thing. You're like, many podcasts is started exactly.
No, you see that this is where niggas are gonna have us be like, you see these niggas, they have no structure. They started the podcast, but can't call over shit.
Yeah, bro.
You know what's the funniest part? We're gonna keep doing it.
We'll start a different podcast if it has to have a certain topic. I'll rather start something and focus on that. But here, bro, like I said, man, we're just young adults trying to figure out and just chatting, man. Come on, man. We're just chatting. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to Third Avenue Podcast. I'm just going to add that. Hopefully, it's not trademarked because, we're going to have to trademark. And obviously, the word Third Avenue, I'm sure it's trademarked somewhere.
You should know, but you can see it's Third Avenue. So it's Third, maybe T-A podcast. So
hey yo.
Yeah, listen to Tap, nigga. What's going on, nigga? Come on, bro.
Tap. We're going to do it. Call it Tap. Welcome to Tap.
Nigga, Third Avenue podcast. What that was not even a Waddington pause, bro.
Tap.
You see when you try to be an old head and try to be young, try to use this kid's new language, be the same pause.
You know what? Let me do the intro again.
Wait, we need to actually discuss who's going to do the intros for this podcast, man. Is it me or you, guys?
We'll alternate. I think you did the last week one. I think you did it.
Really?
I think so.
Because I want to work on my presenting skills. Man.
Okay. I also want to work on my presenting skills. A lot of people, I'm sure they're going to start picking up that when I get
also
overly...
Also, that's like assurance.
In your gown, babe.
In my gown,
Have the biggest comeback in South African history. That is crazy.
That was a clean presenter, bro. My nigga didn't deserve that shit. My nigga didn't deserve that shit.
Nigga was a serial cheater, bro.
No, but he still didn't deserve that shit.
Nigga gave his wife an STD, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think there's one bloke when they watch that video. Like, I'm not a cheater. I don't advocate for cheating. I actually spit on the niggas who cheat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But like when I watched that video, dog,
it hurts though.
And that nigga's in a gown. You know what I'm saying? Like he was you know what catches me? This guy was waking up in the morning thinking, oh, what a lovely morning.
To cheat again.
But your chef's video, they're sweating you.
You know what's so crazy is because like we're all laughing, especially we're all laughing, but like that's our father. Like there are many of our fathers who are present. You don't pick the ones you get to be present. Right? It's crazy, right? The ones that are not present, they're not there, right? Then you get your father who's present, and he's like that. He's a serial cheater. But let's do it again. Welcome back to Third Avenue, on 3rd Avenue, but on 7th Street. I'm capping. The first time I recorded this was on 3rd Avenue. Welcome. I'm your man, Hussein, speaking on the mic, doing what I like. And yeah, man, call me Magic Mike. I'm joking. I don't know why I added. And on my right-hand side, I'm sitting with my actual twin. Niggas be capping. Twin, cuz my twin, my shiesty roommate, all the way from the Val, Vinny.
Nigga ain't from the Val.
Nigga, you from the Val now.
Shit.
Nigga, you from the Val.
Ain't from the Val. See, guys, if we actually had people watching this podcast, we would have asked you guys to rate our presenting skills, specifically for the intro,
One day. I think with me,
I would rate yours a 4.
Nah, that was whack. It was whack for me. Because the worst part is that I was thinking a lot. Like, you could hear me thinking.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to, like...
It has to, slide out of your mouth sometimes.
I didn't want to be like...
That is not that easy.
But the thing is, man, I don't want to be... Welcome back to 3rd Avenue. I'm your host, Hussein.
No, but do it in your own swag. welcome.
That's
back,
crazy,
my nigga.
man.
What's going on, man? We're back again, the Third Avenue podcast, man. You're chilling with your main man, Vinny, and on my fucking left or right, I don't know because I'm way too hard to know this shit. But anyways, my co-host, my twin, my brother, my flesh and blood. You know what it is, man. We're back at it again on Third Avenue, guys. Thank you guys for coming and sitting and listening to these motherfuckers just ramble on about nothing. Because nothing is beautiful and peaceful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Welcome back to Third Avenue podcast. You know,
that was actually good, man. I give it an 8. I give it an 8.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on that TV skills.
The TV skills.
Oh yeah, the TV skills. Nigga, I need that brand deal. You know what I'm saying?
TV don't matter like that no more.
Still, man.
Who you trying to do? You trying to get your dad to watch your podcast?
Yeah, nigga, I want my aunt.
You try to make your aunt. You know what? So well, like I often think about if mom had to pull up to your comedy shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dead ass, she wouldn't laugh. Like she wouldn't get a thing you say.
Yeah, nothing.
And she'd be like, I remember she even alluded to the fact that she doesn't even like English comedians, and I could feel it because it's like
I understood,
it's like, firstly, it's not even a home language, it's not a first language, it's not even a second language, right? At the end of the day, and I think I always just imagine her looking at these people like, what the fuck are y'all laughing at? You know, and I'm like, oh, yo, mom, even if you had to make it big in the comedy thing, she's gonna be like, that nigga ain't funny.
Yeah.
It's the type of mom. Like I noticed that mom. Like, I love your food, but she be hating on your food because you do too much. And I like the fact that you're doing too much. I love the fact that, bro, you're trying to cook some Indian food.
You're trying
She
to
like, bro, nigga, with all these spices. And I'm like, bro, we're eating. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, that's my...
a hater, dog.
That's where we get it from.
Yeah.
That's where we...
Like this lady, you know, be hating on you just because you put a little bit of garnish on the shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you that turmeric, bro, you just like dyed every single Tupperware in the crib.
Too many fucks.
You, bro.
Yo,
I remember what, because usually she's not in the kitchen.
It never goes back to normal.
That day she woke up, bro, she was like, this turmeric, like, what? How much does he put? Well, yeah, what happened is,
but that
I was cooking, actually.
Dog. It makes the curry, wallahi.
I was cooking last week Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I was cooking. And so I took out this Tupperware of my mom's and the lid, I left it. Yes, I was cooking that pasta dish you gave me the recipe for. My aunt loves it. And then somehow the lid was like, on the side of the plate. It wasn't on the plate of the stove. On the side it also gets hot.
Yeah.
That shit melted.
Disgusting.
It melted. And I remember
on the stove.
Yeah, when I knew like things were wrong was that my aunt called me and she didn't want to make noise. She's like, come see. I'm like, what's going on? I see it, it's like melted. I said, shit. I'll be honest, right? In my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad I'm such an adult.
Yeah, because
now all I have to do is just go confess. And yes, I'm genuinely sorry.
If you want child,
oh my God.
Whip
Bro, the whipping.
Ass.
The whip for a Tupperware. You see, I didn't say lunchbox. I'm calling it by the particular name on purpose. I'm not, usually we group it every lunchbox. No, I'm calling it a Tupperware on purpose. Because my mom spent, like, I think even before we were born, like, just stacking up on them. And this nigga comes and he burns it, dog. She just told me one thing. Alright, cool. You're gonna buy me one. I'm like, how you gonna? I'm not gonna buy you a lid. She's like, exactly. You're gonna buy me a whole brand new one. I say less, man. Say less. But in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I am glad.
Which Tupperware is this that you built?
It's the white one with that pink lid, the one you like, the one you filled with turmeric in, the one you
you melted it.
Melted, bro.
Like,
it didn't melt like
that is sensitive plastic. That is the quick one. It became rubbery.
I was just trying to save the environment. There's this conspiracy. I'm not sure, but like they blame Tupperware for plastic.
I could kind of
Why?
see that. Hold up. They blame Tupperware for the consumption, like the usage of plastic.
Okay, let's think about it.
Plastic
I
is
don't
in
know.
everything.
Shout out
Why
to
would you
Tupperware.
blame?
If y'all want to sponsor and I'm joking, they would never sponsor because these niggas would want us to go door to door selling their Tupperwares, bro.
Bro, we sell them shit online, man.
Nigga, I ain't gonna sell. What do they call it again? There's a nice name to make it sound less like they fucking you. What's it called, bro?
What?
Multi-marketing. Is it called multi-marketing? You know when you sell Herbalife?
No.
What is it called?
It's called, I know what you're saying. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. It'll come to me, bro.
But so yeah, the conspiracy says they're the ones who started making excessive plastic. Like they made it normal. They normalized storing stuff in plastic, using plastic for everything. Allegedly, I'm not sure.
Bro, that's bullshit, bro. I don't think so. But if that's true, that's crazy. But bro, plastic is in everything.
I think that's a bullshit thing,
bro,
because
that's a stretch,
I don't think,
bro.
especially like I said, I don't think any black woman, bro, worldwide buys a Tupperware to throw that shit away.
Now, why would you do that? Exactly.
You know what
I mean? At least you keep it.
That's what
I'm saying. It's not like
for.
The wastage you just especially those cheap ass ones from Crazy Store. And
the Pep Store one.
You would have packed yourself a nice
shout out to Pep
lunch
for the kids.
You know those caftins, guys. Also, you know, us as new, almost going to be, you know, parents one day. We must also not be cheap, you know, because. You know, I bought the Tupperware from the Crazy Store. That time I'm putting in I was a gym guy, you know, so I'm putting in, you know, meal prep gaulas there. You know, want to be scorer. So during, when you eat it, they say you eat 5 times a day. So at what level you are eating, so you pack lunch to go to campus. Bro, that scuffed just fell apart. Now you have juices of chicken leaking into your bag because you wanted to buy a cheap ass.
It's the type of basically that container is the type of container you put in a microwave and it melts.
No, definitely.
Right?
You don't even try preheat in the microwave,
bro. Like, dude, yeah, it's weird. I mean, my goal now.
Did you? Joe Rogan always says this, and every time he says it, I can't take him serious. Because I'm like, there's no way this is true. Apparently, they found like plastic in niggas' testicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like someone died and they were checking and they checked that there's microplastics. Now we all inhale microplastics, but they say they found microplastic in this nigga's sack. So now they're saying that these microplastics are I think I said this in the pod. Like these microplastics are affecting.
I think I was this book.
Yeah, they are affecting
they
just the masculinity, the testosterone.
Oh yeah. Like I don't know. Yeah, I watched it on Jake Tran.
Yeah,
but disclaimer, man. You know, Jake Tran romanticizes things more. Like the world is ending. The big multi conglomerate companies want to control us or whatever, right? But yes, I knew there's like a statistician, I think a biostatistician, who went to go and study this thing of, yes, okay, is that a person out on the sunroof?
Oh, when last?
You know, before I go back, you know what I often think about why I will never go out of the sunroof? I don't know if it was... No, it was not Final Destination. I think it was NCIS or something.
Yo,
where
the guy was driving,
and they were like speed ray, and then someone
he's driving with his nyawos,
and then like his head, like a cord, like basically, you know, disclaimer, you know. But
then they roll his head.
Nigga, don't be talking about that shit. I gave you a whole thing.
Then it rolls.
I already told you that, hey, bro, we're definitely not gonna get monetized.
You know, that's crazy. That's how sometimes, you know, I always think, I know I'm not the only guy that you always, when you eat, you know, you gotta watch something, right? Yeah. But you need to watch the right thing. Because you don't want to be eating, like sometimes you be watching a series, you're eating, like the other day I was watching The Sopranos, Nigga, while I'm eating and decapitating a nigga, that time I'm like, you know what? I have no time to change, so I'm just gonna eat.
There was once when you're talking about that, we're gonna go back to the sperm count one.
Yeah.
I was watching Family Guy, and hey guys, sorry man, it's just a lot happening in Melville. It's gonna be an interesting spring. Shout out before I forget, happy spring to everyone out there. Hey man, we're in South Africa, of course. Hopefully we have a great one, man. Shout out, happy spring. And yeah, that was just all I wanted to say. So I was watching Family Guy, and I don't know what they drank. Like I think they drank something that makes you vomit or something, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was Brian, the dog.
Yeah.
It was Stewie, the baby. It was Chris, the son with the yellow hair, with the blonde hairs. What did I say? and Peter. And they drank this thing and they made him vomit. But now they all drank it. And they all started vomiting, right? And all of them, they vomiting. It's disgusting, right?
Yeah.
But now there's a part as they vomiting. They start crying because they just keep on vomiting. Stu's like, oh my God, why do we do this? And they're crying, oh my God. There's even a part where I think they watched it on a reunion. They even played the thing on repeat because it's a disgusting thing. And like, that's why, I don't know, it looks like Family Guy where I am, it's getting a bit bad. But that Family Guy makes very smart jokes. And I'm like, whoever wrote that shit, it was like, I'm going to make someone be disgusted and like, laugh at the same time.
That's how I write jokes. See, like, cause you know how this guy, the Family Guy, does it. So, like, you give someone an idea, we talk about something, right? Then you remember they have that off-cut thing where they show like a small snippet, where it's like something like the Jews, and then he will show another snippet. So, like, the principle of comedy for me sometimes when I write is that thing of, okay, I can say something, but how do I also create a side story?
That's like a cutaway. They call it a cutaway. Family Guy. Yeah.
So you can do a lot of cutaways. Like, the thing is that when you're telling a story in comedy, you need a lot of cutaways. You understand? So that because you can't be telling, because some people will be telling a story about how his kid, how he got his kid to school,
and it takes too long.
But a good comedian can do a whole bit of 20 minutes, just him trying to get his kid to school. But he keeps on making all these cutaways.
I think in life, when you go on, it's like you'll be trying to, like, for example, we've been trying to talk about the sperm count thing, but like I keep on saying, no, we're gonna come back to it. That's how things happen in this. They don't usually happen directly. There's always things that are influencing you from getting to your final goal, right? So the sperm count thing, yes, I did. It's from plastic. Apparently, where your butthole and where your balls are, that is also changing. Your sperm count cell.
Hold up, man. You just
Yeah.
brush by that thing like that. So you say,
Like, you see where your
that line.
there's the line.
They say it's coming.
It's getting close. Allegedly. I need to find more. I'm just lazy,
They trying to fuck up themselves now.
bro. So I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, I'm like, sometimes, like, I watched it and I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do, dog? Everything is in, like, the food, everything, and you know what's the dangerous thing? Same thing with the jig trend. You always does it. Then they're gonna tell you, so you should buy 1, 2, 3, nigga. It's impossible. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meaning, yes, babies that are born, I don't know the science. I'm not a biologist or a doctor or anything. Yes, babies that are born now and babies born 20 years ago, of course, now their genetics are going to be different depending on what we consume and how it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely.
But I get it at the same time, and I've heard the one it makes men a bit more. I don't know, man, to be honest with you, because half of the time, like, these things they'll say to you, and you're like, man, you think a poor nigga gonna care about this?
Hey, bro, as a poor person, you don't have a choice, man.
I
I feel
think
like the system screws them the most. Like, And I feel like we're the middle class. We're the one who like complaining.
I hate
The most.
I hate,
Sometimes.
you know what I hate about people? I hate people who pick to be good people in certain circumstances.
Exactly, man.
And hey man, sorry man, white people, I don't want to pick on y'all, but like, hey man, there's a lot of white people who be like choosing to be a good person. Like, let's say this, you tell someone, hey man, I'm just gonna need you to tell this nigga I was here, let's say in the office, and I'm just making a whole hypothetical. Tell him I was here. I just went to the bathroom and you went to go do your shit. And this nigga tells you, I can't lie, man. It ain't Christ-like. And you're like, hold up. Now you pick to be. Now there's a lot of niggas.
Bro, you know there's so many people who do that. Bro.
And you're like,
and honestly, bro, we're not hating on you attempting your change. But like, yo, don't be a puss about it, bro. Don't act like once upon a time you were not a guy. Now you wanna come kill me. And he's also do that, bro. They make you so frustrated.
And you're like, wait.
Now you're picking they put you in a corner. They put you in a corner. Because how can you be that guy to hate on someone's belief in God? Like, hey, bro, you let them even say, screw God, man. Because that's what you want to say. But this nigga just got you in a corner.
Bro,
like,
you're like,
but I saw you. You know the things.
That's what I think. I think that's when they invented. Man, just give this nigga a week, he'll be back to his own self.
Yeah.
I think that's when he came.
Yeah,
and I get it. Like I always get it, man. I feel as if change is a difficult thing.
Bruh.
And sometimes you're looking and you're like, for example, you get like a lot of people talking about the law. Hey man, you need to, and you're like, oh man, I saw you last week, Udia. Like, you know, it's like I'm gonna go into like a very complex issue. For example, is foreigners and immigrants to South Africa.
Yeah.
It's a very complex issue. Like, let me say it again. I'm not even going to make jokes and funny about it. It's a complex issue. Why I'm just going to tackle on a small fraction of it is that in South Africa, yes, we have a illegal foreign problem as much as how the USA also has an illegal immigrants issue. It's in many in our case, it's very unique because we're a developing nation rather than a developed nation, right? So I say this, for example, every single low, let me call it for argument's sake, low class work, or let me say blue collar, right? We in South Africa will be like, I need to build this crib. I go to Vini, I'm like, hey man, you buy me this crib? You're like, yeah, man. According to the law, you need to pay me 1, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and this nigga's like, hey, man, I'm gonna do it for you for half, right?
Yeah.
Right? We're not thinking now. We're not thinking about, oh, I'm a South African. Right? That's what genuinely starts happening, because now what happens is guys will hire. This guy will build his entire crib. Foreign guy, illegal immigrant, builds the entire crib. Then he'll be the first one. Forefront. Yeah! He must go back home. And then you're like,
you know
wait.
how many grasses in South Africa who look like a jungle? If they had to say all the foreigners must leave. You don't understand, bro.
Bro, you sound
There's
like
some jobs.
Sorry, you sound like that The View. There was this girl, Harry Osborn's daughter, and she was like, Donald Trump wants to send a Mexican back. Who's gonna clean our bathrooms? And you could see it in her face.
She wasn't even joking. She was saying it like it is an actual fact. Like,
you know how many guys are gonna clean our grass? Who's gonna cut our...
But guys, in South Africa, it's serious, bro. Like, a lot of, like, what you're saying is a genuine point. Like, it's a really good point. I don't want to take away from that. But in the reality and the facts is, bro, at the end of the day, when it comes to the crux of it, you're just gonna give a fuck about yourself, especially your pockets.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's all easy to
and
chat.
People love taking shortcuts, bro.
Yeah,
people don't. You think a company doesn't like to find a way to say, and it sucks. Don't get me wrong, it really fucking
sucks. I always think about like, how would you when you have a business? You're gonna be all charitable, giving you, bro. You will never have a business.
I remember like when I worked.
Did that shit.
I worked at an insurance company, and I was like a retentions specialist where I was preventing people from canceling insurance.
Yeah.
And this was like my first job out of uni, right? And it was a hard job, and it was hard because these were people's lives, right? And there were moments where like my manager at the time had to remind me, hey yo, bruh, this is a business, not a charity. You do what is best for the business. As long as it's legal, you do what is best. Does it morally feel right? No, dog. It never feels right. And so I hate that sometimes we're going back to that thing where you're like, oh yeah, now this person wants to act like a good person. No, bro, God knows. God is going to ask on the day like, nigga, what? You. The one who just always found a way to pay himself out of it. And it's a sad reality that in South Africa, that's the norm now.
Yeah, no.
Like, for example...
We're not even... Bro, even how we handle...
Like, if anyone wants to say, you know, if I can get you... If you just give me an extra one, I'll make you cut the line. People do that, guys.
No.
Is it right? No. Has it become a norm? Sort of. I'm not sitting here and acting, but now...
You know, when people say why they want money, what do they usually say? They say convenience. And what do you think convenience
means?
That I wait in a line at Home Affairs for so long, like a normal person. I have money, dude. So that means my time is money. You know what I'm saying? So what do? I pay.
Like my mom used to ask this question, like, how come politicians' children don't stand in the same traffic department as you when they're trying to get a license?
Yeah.
Or a passport. or a thing. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, let's be real. Like, for example, Black Coffee, he puts his son on DJing, right? Black Coffee's son has a credit on Drake's album, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, oh yeah. And I'm like, okay, I told my girl this week, I'm like, imagine how many dark things Black Coffee saw, and he's like, I'd rather help my kid out and do it so he doesn't have to go through whatever I went through.
Dog.
And a lot of people say that when they don't have kids of their own. But like, as much as we all know, it's like, sometimes, like, the world is a place of networking. If you don't know people and people don't add value to your life, you're not gonna ever move. You understand what I'm saying? And it sucks. It's about who you know, right? And it's not even about like, yeah, man. I hate the fact that some people think, yeah, rich kids don't know how to work. I'll be like, okay, I'll use another example. The guy who started Snapchat is a billionaire, right? He comes from a multimillionaire family. Bill Gates also had money. Are they dumb?
No.
Right? And the thing is, what happens is, when you Nepo babies or whatever, the main thing that you want to do for your kid when you get money is to make sure that kid becomes the best. Right? You pay for the best. Right? Bill Gates could build a computer because he went to a school that had all those fucking big ass computers.
Yeah.
Where
if you went to
like, there was no school with a computer.
School, secondary school. I'm not computer. I'm not computer. But you know that thing when you were in school, they used to say some children getting the education under a tree.
Yeah,
like legit, bro. That's genuinely true, bro. Like, I
want to give a shout out to every teacher who tries their utmost best to teach the kids, man.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, it's weird because in South Africa, you'll be like, oh, the teachers, and then you even look at America. You look at, bro, I was watching this video where people start Amazon wish lists.
Yes.
To just get class. Imagine that's a developed nation.
Yeah.
That you start realizing people don't value teachers, guys. Like, I always, and I...
Oh, wait, brother.
I'm here. Where you guys from?
What's this? This place where they sell weed, just opposite. You'll see us in the red Suzuki. The light is flashing right into the car, so you wouldn't miss us.
Damn, the nigga just dropped.
The thing resumed recording. So
yeah, man. So, shout out to the teachers. Shout out to the ones who believed when no one believed in the kid.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I think one thing that shines a light on that is Abbott Elementary. I loved that for it because it always tackled the reality. Bro, like, for example, I often think about how I got my statistics degree. If I never walked into that lecturer's office and that day and where's he going?
He's just going the wrong way, bro. Can you see us?
There's a light, bro.
Bro, you can't see us, man.
Yeah, you can just step out and, oh yeah, I think it's coming.
Nah, it's coming. Alright, bless.
Hey, man, if she said the wrong shit that day, bro.
Just open up the car.
If she said the wrong shit that day, I would have never had this degree, bro.
Yeah, no, true.
Like, if she said, nah, bro, you too dumb for this.
Yeah.
I would have.
Yeah.
Out of, like, fucking less, man.
Now you can open, bro. It's... Yeah.
How are you?
Hey, what's going on,
what's
brother?
going on?
We easy, man. We're recording the pod already. This is how our setup is. You know,
What's up?
people usually expect a whole like clean setup and shit when you're saying you're doing a podcast, but like we've been pushing it really consistently. By any chance, can you use your phone just to record the audio?
I can try, but like how much of let's see. I don't know how much space my phone has, but audio, yeah, probably.
Yeah, just audio, bro.
Yeah,
just
just
we
to
record the audio so that you could be clear. Because if you're sitting there, people think it's a good idea, but it's not gonna sound that like good. Because at the end of the day, people want to hear your voice much more like what people hear in podcasts.
Oh wait, we're rolling.
Are you rolling?
Yeah, rolling.
Cool, man. Then you just hold it as a mic as you want, man.
Cool. I don't even know which way my phone records audio.
That's probably records.
I think I
the back. Okay, then I got it here. Yeah.
The seat.
Now I got space here.
Alright, man, chill, man. Hey, what's going on, people? Yeah, man, I told you this podcast was gonna be random. We were just gonna pick up random niggas just walking by, coming in. We said it, we promised, and we delivered. No, man, shut up, man. This is Ray.
What's up, people?
Yeah, man. He's one of the comics that comes to Melville. What's crazy, man? Me and Ray, we barely know each other, but you know what's the best part? Now today we're gonna know each other.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Now, as he's gonna introduce himself to us, he's gonna be introducing yourself to the two guys who watch this podcast.
Yeah, we have one friend in China. This is how we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He watches. He's literally the only guy I think
He genuinely watches.
Yeah, you'll genuinely reply and say, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
How'd you meet the homie in China? Did you meet him in China? Was he here?
No.
Was it just pen pals?
No, he went to the same school.
Yeah,
you know how it happens.
Yeah.
Someone says I'm gonna do medicine in China.
Okay, I see.
Because they couldn't make it here in this.
So he's not like a Chinese.
Don't be saying that about BB. You went to UP, man. You went
But
to
he never made it. I'm just saying, hardest boy, but boy. And now look, you stuck in China. You know, man. I'm this nigga, bro. Now he's stuck in China for like a long ass time.
Sorry, man. I'm getting hot.
Oh yeah.
Hey, bro, and I don't even know like
Let me open the window.
I don't know if the medicals will correlate, bro.
Yeah, but
I'm saying like they can't become
but the problem
doctors.
is they have to write what you call this thing, a board exam.
Okay.
So, but the thing is that they also have to wait for them to get in, like through to a board exam. And there's been like a delay that they don't want to like open up the board exam to these people who went to study overseas and shit.
That's dumb, dog. We've got so many doctors leaving already. We need more.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
I mean, we have COVID doctors. Imagine.
Yeah, but COVID's like, it's not over, but like now
what
we
I'm
know
saying is, I got partly half of my degree during COVID. Shout out to COVID because I was indoors and I could pass. Now, imagine there's guys who are doctors today and engineers and shit. I'm talking about people who could life or death situation, and these guys got qualified.
Imagine you there chilling with a homie. He's like, I'm gonna take your appendix out. You're like, shut. He's like, you know which side the appendix is on? He's like,
And then he says, right. You're like, what? No, bro, I feel like that's the worst thing. Like, I don't know if you know this about me, no? But, so I had an eye operation on one of my eye. I had a corneal transplant, right? And I remember before I went for the transplant, I was thinking, what if this nigga operates on the wrong eye, my good eye? You know what I'm saying? That'll be so fucked up. I'm like, it's the wrong eye, nigga. Bro, because doctors do that shit, man. Like some doctors.
Nigga, what, bro?
I was shot. I don't know if you guys, you know The Breakfast Club. You familiar with The Breakfast Club? No. The radio show with Charlemagne.
I mean, there's so many Breakfast Clubs, but I think I've heard of Charlemagne, the American fella.
Charlemagne the God, yeah. So he has this thing called Donkey of the Week, you know, where he basically just Donkey of the Day, like someone does something fucking incredibly stupid, right? Yeah. So this time it was a doctor who wears a hearing aid, right? And he was doing a colonoscopy. What is it? A colonoscopy?
Like
yeah, you know that thing where you put the shove that fucking little camera up your ass and then they check your colon and shit like that. So usually they put you under some anesthesia, you know, so that he doesn't feel it. So this guy, because he took his hearing aids out, now the nurse is trying to tell him, yo, bro, the anesthesia hasn't kicked in yet. So you know what I'm saying? The nigga just says, I know. Because he didn't even hear anything. And he proceeded to shove that camera up that patient's ass, and can you imagine the nigga's in pain now? Violated. And he's screaming. You can't even hear the guy.
I mean, damn, man.
Donkey of the Week, though.
No,
bro. I think, would you trust a younger doctor or an older doctor?
Bro, I'll trust the old doctor.
Older doctor, but then I want an older doctor, and then I want a young doctor that's doing I want an older doctor next to a young doctor telling the young doctor what to do.
I remember the first time I found out I was gluten intolerant. I went to this old doctor. He was so old. And what was so fascinating was how soft this guy's hands are. No homo. Like, they were so soft. Like, you know when you're like someone's about to touch you. I think when you're older, only your romantic partner can touch you. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But now, when like someone touches you, you're unsettled. He touched me. And I'm like,
nigga got soft hands.
Like, I just kept on thinking, why is this guy's hand so soft?
But I mean, I assume if you're a doctor, you have to have soft hands.
Yeah,
man.
bro, you can't be doing like rectal exams and shit.
Imagine you put nails and shit.
Put those gloves on, you can check ridges in the gloves. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
But this guy was a GP, man.
A GP.
GP. I don't trust GPs.
I also don't trust GPs, bro. I
trust GPs with the flu.
with the flu.
I'll go in there and I'm like,
certificate so I don't have to go to work or some shit.
Do you know how many people who went to like my school who planned their whole career just to become a GP? Like, you're not talking about, I really want to go help people. Like, nah, bro, I'm just going to go to uni, you know, do my internship, get my thing, and I'm going to become a GP. And you're like, look at the doctor.
A doctor is not that. I mean, a surgeon. Like, I think like a GP is like easy to obtain. But like, now, the further studying for you to become like a surgeon, and that's where the real money is. Yeah. But you people like, yo, bro, can you imagine all those years? Like, that's like how many years of education, bro? Almost 12 years.
Yeah, it must be 12 at least. Because they have to go to uni first.
Yes, the 6 years, the standard 6 years, and then they're gonna do like a master. They have to do with the internship, and then they have to go. Yo, bro, like, nah.
I would do that shit right now just to avoid bills.
Bro. I'm so good.
I would, bro.
I don't think what they earn is worth what they actually have to live. You know what I'm saying?
But then it has to become your life, though. You know
that's what I'm saying.
Like, so you're earning a lot, but you're also earning a lot
because that's what.
Yeah, and you're going to work every day, and you're just happy. Like, I mean, there probably is a surgeon out there that's not happy. It's not like surgery is gonna make you happy, but it almost that like I can imagine that like that employment becomes
everything, bro.
Everything.
You can't be here trying to do comedy, wasting time.
That comedy's for GPs.
Yeah.
There's no surgeons out here.
Yeah, no, for real, no.
I think the only time when I was in high school, I think grade 9, I was watching Grey's Anatomy, and I really wanted to become a doctor, and not because I wanted to become a doctor, because I wanted to help people. And I think maybe it was my teenage mind. I'm like, damn, they just be smashing all the time.
They be getting bitches.
But that's the thing. I even wrote a joke that I'm gonna do tonight. But I stopped watching those like Grey's Anatomies and shit for the same reason. Like I've stopped watching those medical shows for the same reason I stopped watching Super Strikers. Is that they kept following the same plot line. You know what I'm saying? Remember at the beginning of the medical show, there's peace in the hospital.
So
There's peace, and then all of a sudden there's a patient that comes in. They don't know what's wrong with them. Super Strikers. The changing room in the field was calm. Then all of a sudden you hear the coach. No one has ever beaten this team before. No one has ever beaten this team.
You don't even take one.
Why are there so many unbeaten teams in the Super Strikers?
Actually, speaking about Super
Strikers,
when
you think about it, I always thought about it like they could at least lose once, bro. At least a draw, bro.
But
they
you know,
never
once, bro.
Do you know what one anime that knows how to do that so well?
Yeah,
is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has the same plot, but it does it in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I watched Dragon Ball Super. You know Goku's gonna win. you know. Like, it's not like Naruto where they're just gonna go kill your favorite character.
And then now you're
just sitting there and you're like... He just died. Is he? Like, you know when you can't comprehend that your favorite character... Nah, you're probably dreaming.
That's, have you watched Game of Thrones?
That's when it was good.
Season,
and they killed Ned Stark.
Oh, Ned Stark.
When they killed Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Like, you are in so much disbelief that you can't believe they actually killed
that poor guy, dog. Sean Bean. Have you seen his... You know that like it's a trend. Like he dies in all the movies, bro. Go look up Sean Bean right now and go look up Lord of the Rings, dead. Game of Thrones, dead. I don't know any other movie he's in, but probably dead, dog.
Shit.
Damn.
But
always dies.
But like Game of Thrones was so thuggish with it because then the next episode they showed a nigga's head on the stage.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, he's dead.
At least the actor got paid for 2 episodes. You know what I'm saying?
And he didn't. And that was the time when the show was just starting.
Bro, that's why I did it. We didn't even know where the fucking storyline is going.
That's what HBO always does. Have you noticed?
Yes. You know who started it all? The Sopranos. What's the Sopranos?
I mean, it is
you start understanding that Sopranos looks like it's about something, but you start realizing it's more than what it actually is.
Yeah, but Sopranos, like Game of Thrones, killing Ned Stark was like killing off Tony in the beginning.
Yeah, basically. I ain't gonna lie, you're right.
They were like main character.
But that's a good guy.
This is your new main character.
But this guy was, and then he gets worse. They have the Red Wedding, and they kill everyone.
Man, that was one entertaining. Oh my god, bro! I can't believe the way it ended, man.
Yeah, it was shit because they ran. The books are not. By the way, people don't know that the books are not finished.
Yeah, George R. Martin never finished the books, bro. So I read the first book, and then I tried to see like the rest of them. Yeah. And then I saw that he had like 3 left, and I was like, I'll wait for him to finish the book. And then by the end of the series on HBO, they were like, he wrote 1 more. I was like, I'm not reading these books, bro. I'm not waiting for this man.
So like, wait. I think when they got to like season 5, the last good season, that's when it like started. Now they had to start writing their own stuff. Which now, if you kind of look at the show, it starts having a lot of plot.
You know, I like how we passively live with people, right? And I always think about it like, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I'm genuinely shocked about the imagination that human beings could have. You know? Like if you think about Game of Thrones, like it's one bloke making up all this shit. Yeah. Like he's making people, universes. Like, what are you on, Black? You gotta be like on something else. Like your mind doesn't work like everyone else.
But sometimes they get so good at it. Like I hate it, specifically Tolkien with Lord of the Rings, and then George R. Martin with that Game of Thrones shit, bro. Because then I go deep, man. I start watching YouTube videos. I'm like, who were the first people in Westeros, bro? Who were the first people?
And they have a history.
He writes a whole. That man has more books on the history of the show than he has on the actual show itself.
I once watched this Comics Explained, this channel on YouTube of how the Marvel universe was formed. Basically, the original of the universe from the Marvel.
Basically God.
And
the one above all. They call was that DC? I don't know, but
the DC one is by the end of the what's it called? Lex Luthor. He gets to it in the last. What do you call this? What's it called, man? Is it the wall? The end of the?
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that in one of the Justice League episodes that they had.
Yeah, I watched the Justice League in 2022.
Okay.
I watched the entire thing.
And then when you to watch it though, shit.
Like once it's on Netflix now, so you can even watch it.
It's a good show, man. It's one of the best.
Yeah, and when you're like, damn, they were cooking this for the kids. Like, imagine that was a kids show.
That wasn't. That's never. Listen, that's never been for the kids. Like at this point,
No, but now
I have never. Go ask a child right now. Go ask a child right now who's your favorite superhero. They'll say Paw Patrol. I'm like, what the fuck is Paw Patrol? Paw Patrol is a cartoon on Cartoon Network. These motherfuckers don't care about Superman. Superman is for me. That is what Superman is.
I think what happens is, I think with Marvel and DC is that when you're younger, you're like, oh, wow, Marvel is the best. And you get older and you're like, yo.
Yeah, DC is more real.
Like DC, when you're watching DC it is raw.
Yeah.
And then first you'll be like, first you'll hate on Batman. And then you're like, because I used to go on Comestorian, RIP. I used to like, when I'm studying, I would just put this guy on and you would read these Batman comic books. All of them. I'll just sit there, listen to him read it. And basically, and I'm not a big reader. So that was like something. I even watched an Invincible one. Because I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to wait for Invincible. Good show on Amazon. But I'm like, fuck, I need to know how this shit concludes, man. I was there at work.
But you spoiled it for yourself, though.
Yeah, but Invincible is crazy. I spoiled that shit too for myself, and I was glad I did, because I wouldn't have been able to take the heartbreak.
Oh, okay.
First episode, Superman, if you're watching this and you haven't watched Invincible,
dude,
please stop listening now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. First episode, Superman kills everyone. Like, it's like the Superman of that world. Everyone's like, the first episode, he's like, Mark, I am your father. Like, I am, I'm like the good in the world. And then all of a sudden at the end, he's like, everybody here gonna die. Everybody's gonna die.
He doesn't explain.
And then it just keeps going.
It
like,
just
you're
keeps
like, whoa.
going. I will just leave it. And it just keeps on going. And like, I think the second season, oh my God, man, you want to cry for that guy, bro. Because it's not showing like it's so cool to be a superhero. It's like, bruh.
Imagine your dad beats you up, bro. But like when I say beats you up, none of that South African bullshit. Like, when like South African people are like, oh, we got it hard, we get beaten by our parents. Imagine you almost die, bro. And you're sitting there like blood coming out. And then he's like, Mark, I'm so disappointed. And he just flies off. You're like, what?
What the fuck? Live with that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Like, wait for that nigga to come back.
I made you. I can make another one. And he's just pummeling this guy, man.
I'm spoiling this thing, man.
I tell you, you
go
pay
watch
for the
it.
Amazon.
No, I ain't gonna lie. No, I actually missed my payment. I defaulted on the payment, and I feel like also this month as well.
That's it. When you miss that Amazon payment, then your parcel's late too, bro. You want your tripod, then you must pay your Amazon.
Actually, speaking about Amazon, fuck Amazon.
It piles up on your account, that shit. Oh, Lord.
I remember Amazon. I bought an Amazon Fire Stick. Only to discover that the Amazon Fire Stick doesn't have Disney Plus.
No,
and I'm like,
that was not even the worst part of it, personally. You know what happened? So we returned the Amazon Fire Stick, right, to Incredible Connection. So I think a month or two goes by, fucking our accounts on Netflix, they fucking wiped my whole account, like my personal, that thing where you
how did they wipe it?
And then they started putting their own accounts, right? So at first we thought we got hacked. Who took it? Then later on it clicked that this guy, they didn't reset the
factory reset
when we returned it. So now they actually were signed into the Netflix through that thing.
I'm just seeing gospel.
Bro, they wiped
you go on your history. I'm like, oh, babe, let me show you this video I was watching. I'm like,
and it was foreign niggas, man.
Jeff Bezos, you gotta call those guys at Incredible Connection. You gotta tell them to do better, dog.
No. Bro, my thing was my Netflix, bro. All the shows that I watched, all the stand-up, everything. My whole algorithm now is
curation, dog. You got all the shows you want. Now someone's watching Queer Eye. And like, what the fuck is this?
Removed it. I remember everything. It's not even like I can find it again. It's gone. Now I'm watching Netflix like I'm a new baby to Netflix. Now it's recommending shit that I already watched. Fuck.
Nah, man.
No, man. That day was the worst day, actually.
My bad, man. My bad. And I knew I should have just bought a Skyworth stick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shout out to Skyworth if you guys want to sponsor.
But let's not be rude, guys. Before we get too carried away, because we already did. Ray, I would like for you to maybe introduce yourself. Maybe maybe like what do you do for a living?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm like Ray Deploy. Surname's Deploy. Middle name's Lee. My mom only calls me Ray Lee when I'm in shit. So, that base. Yeah, that Ray Lee, bro. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's having that name Ray Lee. I started stand-up with the name Ray Lee because I thought it sounded cool.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh, you're Chinese. And then I had to start doing a joke where I was like, my name is Ray Lee, no association of Bruce Lee, obviously. And I was like, I don't look Chinese at all. I grew up in Durban, born Newcastle side, went to many primary schools, went to Glenwood High School in Durban, shout out Glenwood, went to Rhodes University, shout out Rhodes, sort of, like, I loved Rhodes, but it was woke as fuck, bro. And
why Rhodes, man?
Because I fucked up, I go into drama department there, and then I got to the drama department, I was like, where's the film department? They were like, we have no film department here. I was like, I should have read the pamphlet, bro. I still enjoyed my time there. Did drama and then journalism because the journal department had a film department. So I did my film side there. Then worked in Eisner for a bit, moved to Joburg, and I'm currently a video journalist for a company that does editorial and advertising for the printing industry. So it's not luxurious, but can be fun because, the hours aren't so bad and that. But then I do this. I started comedy about, I'd say a year, 8 months ago. I don't even know the day I started, bro. Because I was just so into it, I kind of hit the ground running. I started up the road here at Sips, but Sips is closed now. That's why we do comedy at 6s on a Monday now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I started at Sips. Died my first 3 months, got better. Yeah, that's me, bro. That's the summary of who I am in a nutshell in terms of work.
I wouldn't have guessed that you did you're into. I mean, you're basically in the film / journalism.
I'm glad you're actually doing something aligned with that because I think it's very rare for young people.
I mean, it's like I wish. There's two sides of me. Like I'm not really enjoying the video journey side of things at the moment. Maybe it's the company I'm at. The people that run the company are lovely, dog. I've been the asshole a lot of the time because I do comedy and they don't even know I do comedy. So that's the thing. It was rocking up late and stuff, and most of the time was because I was exhausted but I'd also get home and I'd still be wired from comedy. So the people that run the company, they've looked after me. But at the same time, it's like, when you're doing this entertainment thing, all you want to be doing is writing and entertainment and making skits and doing a podcast and doing blah blah blah. Yeah. But then that's not making you money, so you got to pay rent.
Wake the fuck up,
yeah. So that's kind of what I like. But then when you look at the film side of things as well, so look at someone like Nhlanhla Boykhansho Shabangu, shout out to him. Also a funny comic, he's in a lot of macro ads and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the hours are crazy if you're an actor, even if you the guy on film, bro. When I was younger, film looks amazing because you see Leonardo DiCaprio starring in Titanic or so forth and so on. But you don't you realize, they were like on set for months and they were going from 5 to 5 later
just
than that,
working.
And then you ask, I ask myself the question, would I do that? Yeah, if I could dictate my time. But you can't just hop into the industry and want to dictate your time. It doesn't work like that. You can't just start off as a director or an actor and then just. So if I do that as a profession, I'm still want to do comedy. So after we wrap up, I want to get to comedy. But what if we're shooting in the Karoo, bro?
Yeah.
And now there's no place to go hop on. So it's one of those things where I'm juggling at the moment whether or not. How exactly I'm going to turn comedy into everything else I want to do.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It would be nice to one day take a period out of my life and have a script that I've written, give it to a director and a producer and say, I want to star in this. I have the capital, make the movie, and let's see what happens.
See what
That would be fun.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
dope.
I don't want to do it and then fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I make a movie, I want it to be
a dope
good
movie.
So there's always that, like, you can't have everything. So I don't know if I ever will make a movie, but I'd love to.
Nah, actually,
you at least you're in somewhat like in more in the creative and entertainment space in what you're doing. Bro, I'm a town planner, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stay in the office, but
and you're doing a shit job too, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen the town. It ain't planned for shit.
Yeah, no,
that might have been the white people.
Thank you. I was going to hold up, nigga. We just got in. We just got in here, man. But like in basically, but at least most of the time, like because I sit in front of a computer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll be just typing
Yo,
shit.
bro, imagine you're a town
jokes.
planner. You can't even be in the town while you're planning. They put you in a.
You never. You just looking at it from
space.
Google Earth, zooming in,
like
detecting people. That's
if you're like, where is this? This is Makanda. Okay, we put a circle here. We put a circle here and a road here, bro. That's Makanda.
That's basically how it is, bro.
Where have you been town planning recently?
So we have a couple of projects. We have a lot of the projects we get is in KZN.
Oh,
because KZN is getting their shit together.
I don't know about that, dog. I was there just the other day. Listen, compared to the time before I was there, they're getting their shit together. But I don't know. They had that
it's
strike.
not like they're getting their shit. They have to. Like, shit is just fucking up.
I get you.
Because they have a lot of like weird, like unplanned developments. So like these homesteads, they put around. So they just put these houses, and that's how like the flooding became so severe. It was because like
but that's also because Durban is sinking. Durban is sinking, bro.
But the thing is that now they're more serious because now they need to make sure that they're not building into flood lines and stuff like that. So a lot of the work they will do now. Currently, we even have a big project. It's a big one. We're trying to formalize what is already there because some people assume that you must keep in mind, bro. Everything right here, right now. If in reality it's been registered, there's a database that shows that you see this plot this big, this much, it's owned, it's been here for years. So basically sometimes people can build and that might not be recognized. So that kind of makes our data irrelevant. So it also makes it hard for people to actually plan or do things correctly. So sometimes a lot of the jobs is that we try to formalize that informal development.
I get you. That's a thing that needs to happen now, bro. It's like, you know, growing up in KZN, like it wasn't very regularly that I'd go into areas, but there's areas like Inanda and shit, but you go there, you're like, bro, you see these people living on hills and you can just see like a mud bank below them. And you look at that and you're like, one more rain, bro. One more rain. Dog, one more rain, bro.
Laughing.
Bro, no, it's terrible. Like you have to the thing is you have to laugh about it, bro, because when you see what those people are living in, there's a comic named Jacques. He's new. He's been watching comedy here for a long time, but he hopped on recently. He's got a joke that he sort of stole. I'd say he stole it from me, but I never did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought about it. He just formulated it better. He got there before I did. So it's not stolen. It's more like we had the same idea, but then he made it better. He's like, don't talk, like, white people don't talk to your ancestors. No. Don't talk to your ancestors. Because if I could talk to my ancestors, I'd have a lot to say. I'd be ringing those motherfuckers up. I'd be like, listen, I don't want to lie, but one more rain. You know what I'm saying? One more rain. I'm just saying, what happened?
What the fuck?
What made you think
that this was right? You know what I'm saying?
And how did you think you were going to pull it off? In America, I can understand how the whites in America thought they were going to pull that shit off. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's more of us than there are of them. We got, like, my dad told me this one joke the one time. It's like, it's not the most racist joke I've heard by far, but it has a connotation. And it's based in America, and it's these two American guys like Jim and whatever his name, Jim and Alan, let's call them. They're like cowboys, right? They pull up in a saloon in the middle of the desert, and they see they're busy sitting there and they got no money. They're like, damn, we haven't got any money for drinks. So this homie walks in with a Native American fella's head and puts the head on the table. And then Jim says to Alan, what the fuck is that? So he goes and he goes to the bartender. He's like, what's with the head, dog? He said, well, for every Native American fella's head you bring in, you get a jug of whiskey. And then Jim says to Alan, oh, dog, we got to go hunting now. So they get on their horses, they buy out into the middle of the plains, right? And they start walking around the plains, and it's 3-4 days later. They're out of water, they're out of food. They haven't found a single Native American guy. They're like, oh, we're going to die out here.
Yeah.
We might as well go back into town. All of a sudden, they see a fella crouched over there doing something. So Jim says, I got this, follow me. And they walk over. And Jim says, freeze! And Alan goes, freeze! And then the Native American guy gets up. He goes, and all around the ridge, they just see a bunch of Native American guys just pop out over the hill.
Yeah.
And Jim says to Alan, you see, dog, we're drinking good tonight. That's the problem. This is the only reason I tell this joke is because white people are too confident in their ability.
Like,
Those motherfuckers are getting fucked up, bro. White people are too confident, bro. White people got you and they were like, we can manage.
No way.
They should have just sat back and listened. You know what I'm saying?
Like these guys had the liver. They had the audacity. Because like if you think about it, they're not that much in numbers. You'll be actually shocked when you realize the statistics between whites and
but a lot of people don't know that. Hey man, I don't know. I'm gonna sound like a nerd. I watched this anime called Dr. Stone, and he talks about the main thing that changed the course of history was gunpowder. The moment that day a human being could fire a gun, bro.
and
remember, the first thing, imagine, okay, I come into this land, I'm in here, I see the Khoi people, and I think I did it in history where Vasco da Gama came and history. They say he came, and then after he came, and I don't know, they stopped by, a guy came, and then they shot a person, and then they dipped. Now imagine you for the first time seeing a gun being fired. And it just kills a person. And remember, now you're into spirits, you're into things. And remember, like that's how they came to every country. As soon as everyone had gunpowder and guns.
Well, there's a book, a very good book if you want to learn a lot of. I did this in classics at uni. It's a cool topic. So they say guns, germs, and steel, right?
Yeah.
So that the book asks the question, why did Europe colonize the world instead of, let's say, China or Asia? So it comes down to the physical properties of guns, germs, and steel, but the overall conclusion is obviously greed, right? So greed is kind of like the defining factor. It's like there were people in England that didn't have resources, and then they found spices. So they went out to find where the spices are, and then they were like, we're going to claim this land so we have the spices where they're grown, right?
Yeah.
But guns, germs, and steel, like you're saying, gunpowder, firing ability, germs like smallpox, right? Have you seen that thing in South America where they're finding massive civilizations? Go watch it. It's a YouTube trail, bro. There was a guy in the 1400s. He was a Spanish or Portuguese missionary. And he went there. He went to South America trying to find the city of gold. And so he goes up the Amazon and gets trapped in the stream and just goes all the way to the source of the Amazon. Pops out almost on the other side of America. He gets there and he realizes that, like, he after this trip, he writes about seeing cities the size of London at the time all over the Amazon, and that's just on the river where he's seen them. In the 1600s, more Spanish and Portuguese homies go back up the river, right? And they go, this motherfucker was lying. There's no one here. It's because they brought smallpox. And everybody died, dog. Everybody died. Like, everybody died.
No, but we come up with some weird...
We're doing a podcast, dog.
We're even out of time now.
Yeah, we're even out of time, bro. We're about to end it. You see? Next week, Sean. Pull up, man.
You're on the podcast next week, Cloney.
Anytime, we're here every Monday. We just record here.
Tune in next week to see what Cloney looks like.
Yeah, man. But hey, man. Usually, when we end the pod, we usually end with get something off your chest, something brief. You know, I just want to get off my chest that we need to stop giving a fuck about things that we shouldn't give a fuck about. That's pretty much my.
Why do you always want to sound like you're giving like some life advice when?
No, I'm not giving life advice. All I'm just saying is that sometimes, man, no one asks you to care, and stop stressing yourself out. because no one gives a fuck if you care.
I think I have a counter for that. I think, guys, what I need to get off my chest is that we need to go back to when people were self-aware, right? I say this. Have you ever been in a situation where someone just takes out a camera in a public setting and not give two shits? If like I've seen girls twerk in family, just family orientated.
For content.
And for content. So I'm like, guys, can we come back? Like, you just be walking and then, your mom is going to look at you and be like, you see, this is your generation. Look at y'all. So guys, in conclusion, you should care what other people say. In conclusion, think about it I'm just joking.
I disagree. But anyways, Ray, you got anything to get off your chest?
Yeah, man, I just chipped my fucking windscreen on the way here, dog. It's pissed me off. Now, the thing is, I got a chip on the windscreen already, and I'm starting to feel like my windscreen is reflecting my mental health, bro. Because every time I'm in a bad mood and I'm on my way somewhere, today was a mess, dog. Work was cucked, and then, I was running late, and I got a homie staying with me now, and he doesn't have a car, and he's only getting his first salary at the end of this month. So I'm providing for him. You know what it's like to have a hun in your house and you can't even fuck with, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because your hun is your homie. It's not even a hun either, dog. It's just kind of one of those things.
Because you said that one time, man, whenever you need me, man, I can grab you on your feet.
Yeah, bro. And I help you get on your feet. Then they have the audacity to take you up on the offer.
Yeah.
So it's all that everything. I had a headache on the way here. Yo, bro, I was just mad. I was just mad about everything in life on the way here, and then all of a sudden you just hear, Hoppa! You're like, yep, there it is. There it goes. One more chip in the windscreen. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even you just go.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You're not even angry anymore. They're like, how you doing? You know.
That's literally what happened. I was like, shut.
I'm done.
I just drove.
I'm done.
But hey, man,
shout out,
guys. Thank you for joining us.
Yo, man,
if you made it this
thank
far.
you so much for coming, man.
Thank you for having me, James. It was a lot of fun.
We'll always be here.
Always.
We'll be back next Monday. All right, man. You guys stay easy. Stay cool, man.
Peace.
We out.
Peace out.